What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into The Way of X issue number 4. If you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with The Way of X. Now, this is written by Simon Spurrier, and the art is by Bob Quinn. Now, as it stands, Krakoa is the new home for all of mutantkind. But with this new nation being born, there are a lot of things that need to be questioned. And Nightcrawler, right now, he is currently questioning the 3 laws of Krakoa. And in this issue, it's going to be talking about the Kill No Man law. But Nightcrawler's ultimate goal is to find some kind of way to unite all mutants in some kind of shared sense of purpose. But while he's trying to do his investigation, they still have the concern of Onslaught, squirming his way through the minds of mutantkind, causing all kinds of trouble along the way. Enlisting the help of Legion, they are trying to do their best to track down this godlike psychic. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we're diving into issue number 4, we're getting told more of a metaphorical story. This metaphorical story being told to us is a story about the All Clan, and how one individual known as Brother Tiger, he ended up killing a bunch of individuals and eating them, gaining their power, becoming more powerful and stronger. And the young girl, she had her parents killed and eaten by Brother Tiger. And because of this, she seeked some kind of justice, some kind of revenge. But when she came for this revenge, she was told that she could not have it. She was told that in this new land, everybody was to start anew. Now, this story is being told to us by Lost, and Lost is telling the story to Nightcrawler and Legion. And Nightcrawler really starts to piece together what exactly is going on here. Fabian Cortez seems to be the one that is responsible for the death of her parents. But Lost is not going to get any kind of justice, because now living in this new land, living in Krakoa, everybody gets a fresh start. And if this all happened prior to Krakoa erecting, then that means Fabian Cortez cannot be tried for anything that he has done, or anything that he did do. And both Legion and Nightcrawler, they discuss what the best course of action is to do here. But at the end of the day, they really do have to uphold what the Quiet Council has said is going to happen. And as it stands, Fabian Cortez, he did these crimes prior to Krakoa being a nation. And because of that, he was given sanctuary. All of his sins were forgiven, like every other mutant here. And we see Lost, she runs off into the distance. Now, as it stands right now, they are on Mars, or what was Mars, and is now Araco. And as she goes to run off, Legion and Nightcrawler, they both recognize that the volcano off in the distance, it truly is starting to look like something that could be of danger. And as they're discussing this is when they run into Dust. Now, Dust is letting us know that this is the largest volcano in the solar system, and it started erupting as soon as all of the Omegas transformed Mars. And as it stands, no one really seems to even care about this. But Dust is here for some kind of cleanup duty, because the volcano isn't the only thing the Omegas botched. Because with everything going on, all that disturbance, there are new volcanoes, and there's like gigatons of dust stirred up by the closest moon. And with that, we see Dust go wrestle off a cloud. But with all the commotion being over and done with Dust making her way off into the distance, Legion lets us know that he is going to go handle some Onslaught business, which will take us to a little bit later in New York. Coming through the gateway, Nightcrawler sees Fabian Cortez and Gorgon. And what Nightcrawler sees as he walks through the portal is Gorgon in extreme pain right now. He seems to be in a lot of agony. And Fabian Cortez letting him know that he should probably stay back. Sage told him that he was looking for him. Not sure if it was Quiet Council business or whatever the case may be, but his answer is already, it's no. Not just no, but F no. And to ensure that nothing happened to him, he went ahead and took some steps. some preventative measures to ensure his own safety. And that's what picks us up with poor Gorgon. Now resurrected, but because he died in other worlds, he is strongly affected mentally. His brain isn't there, the backup it's not the same. He's a shell of a person he once was. Being one of the deadliest mutants to ever live, his eyes literally turn people to stone. It's almost sad to see him in this capacity now, having the wits almost of a child. But Cortez lets him know that it would be super sad if Gordon were to turn on everybody and just kill everybody in this crowd. Everybody that is sitting here saying that mutants don't belong, looking down on him like he is some kind of freak. And Nightcrawler tries to tell him that he's not allowed to do this. It would go against the very laws of Krakoa. And Fabian Cortez, he puts up the question, is he actually doing something wrong? Because as it stands, he's not doing anything more than amplifying everything that he is feeling. And it is causing this extreme amount of pain, but he is not causing him to attack anybody. He is not forcing him to do anything that he does not want to do. If he chooses to take off that mask, it would be of his own choice. And so Fabian Cortez proposes that this does not go against the second law. He's not killing anybody, and he is not responsible for the death of anybody. So the question is, where lies the sin? Now this is when we're taken to the Green Lagoon in Krakoa. Now inside this place right now, we're having a meeting between Legion and Professor X. And Legion has asked specifically for a gateway seed. Now for those that need a little refresher, the gateway seeds are just portals that can be planted and allows mutants to cross through and get into Krakoa. And Professor X, he gives him this seed, asking Legion why. Why do you need it, if you don't mind me asking? And of course Legion, he's not going to tell him. He's not going to let him know. Lets him know that the less you know about everything going on, the better. Because as it stands, you are far too invested in this place. In all of the comings and goings, in every aspect of what Krakoa is. And because of that, you can't feel what is bubbling just underneath the surface. And we see some really great dialogue here. Because Professor X, he gets the feeling a lot of the time that Legion just doesn't like him. But it's really the complete opposite. Legion, he loves him. And that seems to be his problem, because Legion loves him and he doesn't know why. Almost like an unconditional love. Something that most of us feel for our parents. But Professor X, he asks how he's doing. How he's actually managing. And as it stands, Legion, he's managing decently well. But he knows that he could flip at any time. He's more or less a ticking time bomb. And that's why he has Zorn and Sheen behind him. He has these two individuals specifically in case he ever steps out of line. They would instantly vaporize him. And this is exactly how Legion wants it. Because at the end of the day, he rules himself. Or at least he wants to believe this. And he will do this at whatever the cost. Now, as it stands, Professor X, he has no idea the onslaught is here right now. The only thing that Professor X knows is that somebody was poisoning the minds of mutants in Krakoa, filling their minds with very negative thoughts, what seems to be going on right now with everybody in the little lagoon around them. But obviously, this isn't Legion. And Professor X, he feels a little bit guilty for even blaming Legion in the first place. And he confesses some truths. You know, he built paradise, but it seems to be slipping through the cracks. And this is something that I've been bringing up slowly through each issue. It's something that I've been recognizing up to this point. You know, Krakoa, mutantkind as a whole, they're really trying to run before they're walking. They're terraforming entire planets before they even have a real structured nation. Not only that, but there are so many small little things working against them that could completely take out the foundation of all of mutantkind. But with everything going on, Xavier, he is just mad right now that he can't see. He can't see the snake in his garden, the individual that is manipulating them. Because tricking Professor X was the first thing that Onslaught learned to do. And with Legion telling him this, Professor X realizes that Legion knows who the individual is. And Professor X, he demands to know. He wants to know so he can try to help in some kind of manner. But Legion tells him that he can't. He can't be involved in this. He can't be too close to this. If he even heard the name, it could be absolutely detrimental. And Legion begs Professor X. He begs his father to just trust him. To just trust him this one time. But Professor X cannot help himself. And with not getting the answers, he goes and tries to get them himself. Putting his hand up to Legion's forehead, he dives into his mind, only to open it up to Onslaught. And with everything going crazy, Legion knows exactly what to do. Him and his boys, with one snap, we see a giant glow, and everybody in the lagoon is turned into freaking skeletons. Just like that. That's how powerful the three of them are together. They can literally clear a room with a single snap. But this is exactly why Legion did not want Professor X to know. Because if he got access, if Professor X knew that it was Onslaught, it would give Onslaught the opportunity to sneak into his mind. And that's exactly what happened, and Onslaught immediately took him over. Now, back in New York, we still have the predicament with Fabian Cortez and Nightcrawler. Fabian Cortez telling him, you can go 3 routes here. The first route is you could knock me out, or you could kill me. And in doing this, you would watch every single human here turn into stone. The second option is you could go and try to kill him. While he's distracted, you could probably break his neck before he turns everybody to stone. But if you did do that, who knows what would happen if he's resurrected again. Not only that, but that is also murder, which goes against the very biblical aspects you believe in. Or the third option is you could go stand in front of him and you could take the blunt of the blast. You could go save everybody there, and then they'll just resurrect you later. Now, Nightcrawler obviously being a little bit ticked off about this situation, the predicament that Fabian Cortez is trying to put him in, but this is when he tells Fabian, you know, your 3 options, yes, they are options, but there is always another way. There is always another direction you can take. And this is where we see Nightcrawler poof himself above the ice cream stand that is nearby. In doing so, he falls right onto the cart, making a giant mess, making himself look like an idiot. Being the center of attention, everybody starts laughing and joking, changing the mood entirely, changing all of the negative thoughts, making it to where Gorgon doesn't feel all of this pain anymore. And with the situation being defused, Nightcrawler, he goes over to Fabian Cortez. He grabs him by his ponytail and he starts dragging him back to Krakoa. And Fabian Cortez right now, he is absolutely terrified that Nightcrawler is going to bring him to the Quiet Council, that he's going to get thrown into the hole. But Nightcrawler has a better idea for this, and that idea is to take him to Lost. To take him to Lost so they can have a very meaningful conversation. Whatever the case may be, however it may turn out, this is a conversation that needs to be had. Now, picking up on Mars, this is where we have Legion and his guys, currently in possession of one of the Krakoa Gateway seeds. They're going to use their powers combined, and they're going to create a very unique gateway, because as it stands, right now, mutants need a safe haven, a place they can go where the devil can't whisper into their ears. And so what Legion is planning to create is a safe haven, a sacred place where they can go and not have to worry about Onslaught's attacks. He's creating a sacred refuge, a new temple, and that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, this has been a lot of fun. I really am enjoying the Way of X because we're seeing Nightcrawler have to question everything that he believes in. Not only that, but he is also questioning all of the laws and the new rules that are under Krakoa and how it is affecting their culture, how it's affecting their society. And we've seen a lot of negative aspects of it, but we've also seen a lot of positive come out of this. We're seeing individuals that may not have ever gotten a second chance actually getting one, but we're also seeing young mutants take advantage of the resurrection process, so much so that they're making death almost like a game. And so I am thoroughly excited to see how this all ends, how Nightcrawler is going to find something, some kind of belief system, whatever the case may be, for all of mutants to get behind. A single cause for all of them to be able to continue to thrive. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.